Hello again, my friends. I'm Sophie from Chatcraft English, and today we're diving into another set of practical English conversations that you can use immediately in real life. I'll guide you through each phrase, explain what it means, and show you how to adapt it for different situations. And of course, I'll pause so you can speak along with me, because the more you say it, the faster you'll remember it. Let's start with a situation that happens almost every day, asking for directions. Imagine you're in a new city. Maybe you're traveling for vacation or business, and you need to find a museum, a bus stop, or a coffee shop. Here's a simple way to ask. Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest train station? Yeah, let's break it down. Excuse me, this is a polite way to get someone's attention. You can use it before asking a question. Could you tell me this is more polite than can you tell me? Using could sound softer and more formal. How to get to this means you're asking for directions. The nearest train station nearest means the closest one to where you are now. Now let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest train station? Good. Now say it again, but a little faster and more naturally. You can also change the place in the sentence. Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest pharmacy? Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest supermarket practice, replacing train station with other locations you might need? Now imagine the person answers, sure, it's just 2 blocks down this street, then turn right. Yeah, here's some vocabulary. 2 blocks. In many countries, a block means the distance between 2 streets. Turn right. Change your direction to the right-hand side. Let's practice responding politely after getting directions. Thank you so much for your help. Or I really appreciate it, thank you. Next situation, ordering coffee at a cafe. When you walk into a coffee shop, you might say, "Hi, I'd like a medium latte, please." Let's look at the structure. This is short for I would like a polite way to order something. A medium latte. The size is medium, and a latte is coffee with steamed milk. Please, always a polite way to finish your request. Now repeat after me. Hi, I'd like a medium latte, please. Good. Now let's try different variations. Hi, I'd like a large cappuccino, please. Hi, I'd like a small black coffee, please. If the cashier asks for here or to go, they're asking if you want to drink it inside the cafe or take it away. You can say, for here, please, drink it inside. To go, please, take it away. Practice answering for here, please. To go, please. Now, let's imagine you're traveling and need to check into a hotel. At the front desk, you can say, "Hello, I have a reservation under the name, your name." Explanation. Reservation A, booking you made before arriving. Under the name you used for the booking. Repeat after me. Hello, I have a reservation under the name John Smith. Good, you can also say I booked a room for 2 nights. Or I have a booking for tonight. If the receptionist asks for your passport or ID, you can reply, "Of course, here you go." Or "Sure, here it is." Let's practice "Sure, here it is." Now, say it again more naturally. Now let's add a quick pronunciation tip for today. When native speakers say, "I'd like," it often sounds like "I'd like" with the D very soft. So instead of "I would like a coffee," they say "I'd like a coffee." Let's try that together. I'd like a coffee. I'd like a sandwich. The faster and smoother you say it, the more natural you will sound. Practice prompt. You're lost in a new city. Ask someone for directions to the airport. You're in a cafe. Order your favorite drink politely. You've just arrived at your hotel. Tell the receptionist you have a booking. Let's move into another everyday situation shopping for clothes. Imagine you walk into a clothing store. You see a shirt you like, but you can't find your size. You can approach a shop assistant and say, "Excuse me, do you have this in a size medium?" Breaking it down. "Excuse me, polite attention getter. Do you have this?" You're asking if the store sells or stocks a specific item. In a size medium, the size you want. You can replace medium with small, large, or even specific measurements. Practice with me. "Excuse me, do you have this in a size small?" "Excuse me, do you have this in a size large?" If the assistant says, "Let me check for you," they mean they will go and look in the stockroom. When they return, they might say, "Yes, we do." "Here you are." Or, "I'm sorry, we're out of that size." If they don't have your size, you can respond, "That's okay. Thank you for checking." Now, let's add a second sentence to make the conversation sound more natural. "Excuse me, do you have this in a size medium? If possible, I'd like to try it on." The phrase "try it on" means to put on clothes in the fitting room to see if they fit or look good. Next, let's practice ordering food at a restaurant. When a waiter comes to your table and asks, "Are you ready to order?" you can say, "Yes. I'd like the grilled chicken with vegetables, please." Let's break it down. I'd like polite ordering phrase. Grilled chicken with vegetables, the main dish you're choosing. Please polite ending. You can also add a drink. I'd like the grilled chicken with vegetables and a glass of water, please. If you're not ready yet, you can say, "Could we have a few more minutes, please?" This is very common and polite. Repeat, "Could we have a few more minutes, please?" When you finish your meal, the waiter might ask, "Would you like dessert?" You can answer, "Yes, I'd like the chocolate cake, please." Or, "No, thank you. Just the bill, please." Here's a tip in American English: bill means the paper that shows what you have to pay. In British English, they often say the check-in restaurants. Now, let's imagine you are meeting someone for the first time at a social event. You can start with, "Hi, my name is your name. Nice to meet you." The other person might respond, "Nice to meet you too." To continue the conversation, you can ask, "So, what do you do?" This means asking about their job. Or, "Where are you from?" Asking about their hometown or country. Example, "Hi, my name is Sophie. Nice to meet you." "Nice to meet you too." "So what do you do?" "I'm a teacher." "How about you?" Notice the phrase, "How about you?" It's a polite way to return the question. Let's add a pronunciation focus. When saying "nice to meet you" in fast speech, it often sounds like "nice to meet cha." The "you" becomes "ya" or "cha." Repeat slowly, "Nice to meet you." Now faster, "Nice to meet cha." This little change will make you sound much more natural. Practice prompt. Ask a shop assistant if they have a t-shirt in your size. Order a main dish and a drink at a restaurant. Introduce yourself and ask where someone is from. Let's move to a situation many travelers experience taking a taxi. You get into the taxi and want to tell the driver where you're going. You can say, "Hi, I'd like to go to the central train station, please." Breakdown. I'd like to go to a polite, clear way to tell your destination. The central train station replace with the place you need to go. Please always polite, especially with strangers. If you want to ask if the driver knows the place. Do you know how to get to the central train station? Sometimes the driver might ask, "Which way would you like to go?" In that case, if you're not sure, you can say, "I'm not sure. Please take the fastest route." Another useful phrase is, "How long will it take to get there?" This helps you know the travel time. When you arrive, you can say, "Could you please drop me off here?" This means to stop the car so you can get out. And of course, when paying, how much is it? If you want a receipt, "Could I have a receipt, please?" Now imagine you're in a supermarket and can't find something. You can ask an employee, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the bread is?" Or, "Excuse me, where can I find the bread?" And notice the structure. Could you tell me where? Polite request. Where can I find? More direct, still polite if you say, "Excuse me" first. If you need a specific brand, "Excuse me, do you have brand name coffee?" If something is out of stock, they might say, "I'm sorry, we're out of that today." You can reply, "That's okay. Thank you for checking." You might also hear, "It's in aisle 5. An aisle is a row between shelves in the store. For example, the milk is in aisle 3. Let's look at booking a table at a restaurant over the phone. You can start with, "Hello, I'd like to book a table for 2 at 7 p.m. this Friday." Breakdowns. I'd like to book a table, formal way to make a reservation. For 2, the number of people. At 7 p.m. this Friday, the date and time. The restaurant might ask, "Could I have your name, please?" You answer, "Yes, it's Sophie." They might confirm, "Great, we'll see you at 7 p.m. on Friday." If you need to change the time, you can say, "I'd like to change my reservation from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., please." If you have special requests, "Could we have a table by the window?" Or, "I'd like a quiet table if possible." Now for some speaking practice. Repeat after me. "Hi, I'd like to go to the central train station, please." "Excuse me, where can I find the bread?" "Hello, I'd like to book a table for 2 at 7 p.m. this Friday." Try making your own sentences using the same patterns, but changing the locations, items, or times. Let's imagine you've just arrived at a hotel. You walk up to the front desk to check in. You can say, "Hello, I have a reservation under the name Sophie." Breakdown. "I have a reservation under the name." Means you booked in advance and you're telling them the name used for the booking. If you didn't book, you can ask, "Do you have any rooms available for tonight?" The receptionist might ask, "May I see your ID and credit card?" You can respond, "Sure, here you go." They might also say checkout is at 11 a.m. Would you like a wake-up call? If yes, yes, please. Could you call me at 7 a.m.? If you have a request, "Could I have a room on a higher floor?" Or, "I'd like a non-smoking room, please." Now let's move on to asking for directions on the street. If you're lost, start with, "Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest subway station?" Breakdowns. Excuse me, polite way to get attention. Could you tell me how to get to softens the request? If you want to know how far something is, how far is it from here? They might answer it's about a 10-minute walk. Or you can take bus number 15. If you don't understand the answer, I'm sorry, could you repeat that more slowly? This is polite and very helpful when traveling in a new country. Next, let's practice handling problems politely. Imagine you're at a cafe and your order is wrong. Instead of saying, "This is wrong," you can say, "Excuse me, I think there's been a mistake with my order." If something is missing, "Excuse me, I ordered a sandwich, but I haven't received it yet." If you want to return something in a store, "Hello, I bought this yesterday, but it doesn't work. Could I get a refund or exchange it, please?" Politeness makes a big difference. Using phrases like "I think" and "could I" helps you sound friendly and calm, even when you have a complaint. Speaking practice time. Repeat after me. "Hello, I have a reservation under the name Sophie. Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest subway station? Excuse me, I think there's been a mistake with my order." Now, make your own examples using these patterns. Imagine different names, destinations, and situations. Let's start with airport situations, a place where English is used constantly. When you arrive at the check-in counter, you can say, "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to London." The staff might ask, "May I have your passport and ticket?" You can respond, "Of course, here they are." If you have luggage to check, "I have one bag to check in, please." If you only have carry-on, "I'm traveling with just carry-on luggage." At security, you might hear, "Please remove your laptop and place it in a separate tray." You can reply, "Sure, no problem." If you need to find your gate, "Excuse me, could you tell me where gate 12 is?" Next, let's look at emergency situations we hope won't happen, but it's important to know what to say. If you need urgent help, "I need assistance right away." If someone is hurt, "Call an ambulance, please." Or there's been an accident, "Please send help." If you lose your wallet or passport, "I've lost my wallet." Could you help me contact the police? In a hotel, you can call reception and say, "This is room 402. There's a problem. Could you send someone to help, please?" The key is to stay calm and speak clearly, even in stressful moments. Now let's focus on meeting new people, something that can turn a trip into a great memory. When introducing yourself, "Hi, my name is Sophie. Nice to meet you." If you want to know more about someone, "Where are you from? What do you do for work? What brings you here?" This means, "Why are you here?" but sounds friendlier. If you want to join a conversation, "Is it okay if I join you?" To keep the conversation going. "That's interesting. Tell me more about it." And when saying goodbye, "It was great talking to you. Hope to see you again." Speaking practice. Repeat after me. "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to London." "Help, I need assistance right away." "Hi, my name is Sophie. Nice to meet you." Then try replacing London with another city, or Sophie with your own name to make it personal. Now, you've learned practical English for real-life situations, travel emergencies, and making friends. These phrases will help you communicate confidently anywhere you go. And remember, the more you practice, the more natural you'll sound. I'll see you in the next video with even more useful English you can use every day.